XRP is doing pretty good again. And a lot of you guys have been asking me, Dusty, why exactly is the XRP price pumping today? Or rather, why is it pumping proportionally more than most other cryptos? Solana, I believe, is still outperforming it, but XRP out of the top, big top here, I'm looking on my other phone, is doing pretty well. Is there any specific reason? XRP up is about 4%. This first best is Solana, but then in the entire top here, I'm scrolling through, the 24th with Monero is doing good, but that's basically it, which is interesting, right? And I went to go scroll through Twitter. A lot of you guys are asking me, why? I've been researching for a long time today, and I've come to a couple of conclusions. One is there are a lot of people speculating about this. The gold standard with XRP. No, it's actually the Ledger XRP connection, since it just got listed on the Ledger card. No, it's actually the connection with healthcare for XRP. I've been seeing multiple different theories, but in my opinion, none of these really make sense. I personally think that it, for the most part, has to do with this FOMO and this suppression wave with XRP. If you guys have been keeping yourself up to date, you know that everything with regards to crypto lawsuits has an effect on XRP. But I would have expected that to be the reason the price pumped if this pump was yesterday. Because yesterday some more news came out about the library case, and many in the XRP community are talking about it. But that was 1 or 2 days ago. So why today? Oh, some say, no, it's actually Monday. In the weekend, prices come down a lot, and on Monday they start pumping. Yeah, and Asia just woke up, so doesn't really stick I don't know what to say there. I don't know my analogies. Guys, you might be thinking, why is this guy a little bit dusty today? What's going on with his hair? Why is he laying in bed? I didn't post anything because I wasn't feeling too well last couple of days. But now I saw XRP's price. I'm like, hey, let's have a little discussion. Because I can see my little phone ding, ding, ding when the price goes up. I was like, hey, I must check it out at least. You know, I must be looking through for a little bit. Unfortunately, I did, because that is pretty interesting. It's doing pretty well. 58 cents almost. Good outperformer. It's just always giving you a nice little feeling, you know? Not money necessarily, but knowing you're on the right vehicle. That's sometimes a very nice feeling. Anyway, I've been looking at a lot of these charts over on X/Twitter. I think a lot of people have this perception that this is a big pump. The reason I said at the start of the video that this is a nice little movement is because it's nice. But in the reality of things, who cares? It's doing good relative to others. And it's nice to see the investment you've chosen do relatively well instead of just going down every day. But every time I bring this up, people go to the comments and say, Dusty, you keep predicting things. Why do you do this? When? It's not about how, but when. And I tell them, if I had a glass bowl and I could predict the exact date things would happen, obviously, I probably wouldn't even be making videos. Because why even bother at that point? Because I know everything, right? You're going to tell her, if I had a glass bowl and everything in the world was known to me, I'm not sure if I would talk to anybody in my life anymore. Because I'd have a glass bowl. I would be obsessed with this glass bowl. But since I don't, I like to discuss with people. I like to keep you guys up to date with my investments. I like to give you guys my thoughts on these investments, etc. Because at the end of the day, that's the game. All right. I've spent the last decade because I think I know this game pretty well and I'm experienced. Doesn't mean I know everything perfectly. When I tell you, okay, this month in 2024, this month in 2025, we buy, we sell. This is my plan. This is when we sell these altcoins to buy these altcoins. This is where we go for meme coins. This is where I might even sell XRP for something else. Is because that's the best plan. It does not mean we know the exact date. It does not mean we know the exact price top. It just means following most investing principles we've gone through over the last decade, this is the best course of action. With XRP, I don't want you guys to feel too excited of 4% gains, because at the end of the day, if we're in real bull run times, which are close by, and I've said that many times, you'll see 30, 40% gains every time you wake up. It really goes crazy like that. But you got to understand, these small gains are good to prepare you mentally for the idea that you'll never fully know when to cash out. So going back to that principle, Dusty, when? No. It's not even about when, because nobody knows that perfectly. It's more about at what point do you decide it's enough. Many people, even right now, have bought XRP at 17 cents throughout the last couple of years. And they're like, you know what? I've tripled my money, right? I've turned some good profit here. I'm selling the most of it. I don't care about more gains. Some people say, no, Dusty, I need $10 in XRP. But then once we're at 10, some people will say again, no, Dusty, I need $100 per XRP. And some people will say, no, Dusty, I need $700 in XRP. I cannot judge them. I cannot blame them. Everybody has their own goals, their own investment vehicle. But the most important part comes in, well, is your prediction, because again, I always give mine, and sometimes people ask me, hey, but how do you know for sure? You never know. I just explain my thoughts, explain what I think is rational. And if you think $700, I ask you, hey, back that up with what? If you're saying, well, the utility aspect of things and this marketing strategy we talked about before, where right now they're ramping up marketing again and they're deserving of this and that, so it could go to $25 you can understand. $700 is like, for this cycle in 2024, 2025, ooh, okay, I can't see a straight path, but perhaps it's possible. But then it's like you're on your own, because I'm not following that path. This is not what I would tell my peoples that are watching me every single day, but it's possible, sure, but not my path. If you do have a path, though, explain to me in the comments section down below why it's going to happen, how you know for sure. Because, again, for sure you never know, but what backs it up? My core principle here comes again, though, in the sense of you'll never know exactly what the next bull run is going to look like, but what I will tell you is that most people will be pleasantly surprised by just how hard things go. And the hard part is not making some gains. It really isn't in a bull market. The hard part is knowing when you have enough gains to cash out. Because I am telling you right now, if you are not satisfied with this, I said at the start, who cares, right? No, that is relative. Some people have gotten a 100x leverage trade open right now. And they might have banked $4.2 million off of this last 4% move, and they're done. They're like, you know what? Screw XRP now. I've made my money. Some people might have gone fully on XRP last year. They're now triple their money. They're done. And you're saying, well, I need so much. Some people don't. Then again, others are there for longevity, for the power, and that's what I'm there for too. But I will tell you again, I am an investor maxi, not a full technology maxi. I'm here for both. Meaning, if I can sense a better path towards the investment goals, which you almost always find by exploring and doing this every single day, I definitely consider taking it. That means if I should sell my XRP right now to either accumulate more XRP over the next couple of months or years, or because you know another investment is going to do way better, I would. It's just that I've not sold XRP big chunks in a long time because from almost any risk reward perspective, it's just such a solid bet. First of all, was always they're going to wait the lawsuit perhaps, but they could always lose, which was the risky part about it. That's done. So now it's, well, they've been the most undervalued coin of the whole list. Just makes sense, man. And that's what I always keep in the back of my head. But I believe that this little pump here is just some manipulation setting itself through the list there. Like when you really take a look at the price action and people getting so excited over 3-4%, it's most of the time just the excitement running loose. People looking for something to joy behind. I'm just looking through all this Twitter now, all these people saying different things. For the most part, it just seems people are going overzealous and crazy over a slight pump. No heavy news, right? I've seen some ideas, but none of them make a lot of sense. Oh, Uphold is doing that. No, doesn't matter. Oh, but this doesn't matter. Oh, no. I've checked every single thing. The gold back theory is going a long way, but that was like 13, a couple. It's not. XRP gold confirmed. If you're buying XRP purely on the basis of a gold theory, it's confirmed, then you're more of a speculator than a real investor, I'd say, because it's hard to back that up. Guys, on this channel, we go for real investments. We want to make real money with logic and sense. I'm not doing this for one day. I do this 365 days every year for the last 10 years, every single day. And I try to get advice from people that are 50s, 60s, whatever. Just anybody with a high net worth, you know. If they've got $600 million, they've got $1 billion, I'll listen to their advice. And most people that tell you these gold theories, they just see it somewhere of another little influencer. I'm using that in a derogatory way of saying somebody who just likes these videos for clicks. I tell you, this is another misconception people sometimes have. You make videos for clicks. That's just, do you think video pays well? Really? Are we really on that level now? It's so interesting to me. Core principle here again being longevity, man. A lot of hype, a lot of people going and investing and buying for FOMO. Don't let yourself get distracted, but understand as well that buying FOMO XRP is not actually bad, because sometimes it does go on a way heavier move, like we saw with that lawsuit ending, even though there's too much suppression. I think now still XRP and some of the guys are keeping it down, Ripple I meant, because it just makes sense for the price to not go crazy just quite until we're in the bull run times. You might even say that they're trying to get an XRP ETF in before that time. And maybe they want to do that just right after a Bitcoin ETF. I mean, the Bitcoin ETF is going to come, what, 2-3 months? That could still even be. They want to keep things on a little low fire, but that sometimes just pops up. It could even be bigger, that it's actually bigger whales trying to get it to break out, because we know how heavy the XRP price can move the moment it gets some traction. So perhaps there's people looking out for this. And we're not talking about a person in their basement, even though that is also a misconception. People say, well, it could just be one guy. If you understand just how much power one guy in his basement can have, you'd be surprised. This crypto space is so small. There are institutions I've spoken with. They do in transactional volume, $24 billion a month. I'm not sure how many guys that are, but you just look like a normal guy. And they're controlling this entire space. You don't even know it. You have no idea. It's like, whoa, I didn't know people were doing that much. Even as an institution, I didn't know they were doing that much. We talked before about DWF Labs, right? If you understand the groups that, I shouldn't say this too much. What if I get canceled at some point? If you know the groups that these people have, if you understand what's going on in the background, if you understand manipulation in the crypto space, but most people don't. And most people will tell me I'm an idiot for saying these things. And he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'd say there are not many more people that are as well connected, that are not like way higher up on the ladder. CZ, for example, Bybit CEO, those guys probably know everybody, right? The truth. But from this little space, you'd be so surprised. Just how wicked this space is, and just how much is just a charade, man. A lot of it is. It really, really is. So don't let yourself get fooled on the opposite side. Don't think FOMO is a bad thing. People make the most amount of FOMO just playing into other people's emotions. They know this price now is pumping up a little bit because other people are catching on. So I have to catch on the moment you notice getting some traction and then sell off quickly again. Many people make a lot of money that way by this momentum trade, so to speak. It's an interesting world. Conclusion of the story, XRP pumping, probably a lot of excitement, people just trying to get this pump going. Perhaps it's just to shake some people out again, by just crashing the price again tomorrow. Pretty hard again to just get people to lose their confidence. Perhaps it's a little ripple or derivative orchestrated pump. It could be an excitement wave to get people excited again about this crypto, just to keep sometimes a little pump going to get people. Another little fun fact. You know how many crypto projects, they don't let you sell over the market? They only want you to sell to the company. I mean, some are too big, like Cardano and this, that. But let's say that they invested Hedera, another one. I don't know how Hedera did this, but I'm talking, let's say this is the secrets of the game. I'm not sure. Again, maybe my brain is not fully into touch yet, so I'm giving you secrets I shouldn't. If Hedera had some institution that bought, let's say, $1 million worth in the private round. Now their valuation is, 1.6 billion, so the investment is worth 100 million, let's say. And it's like, because they didn't sell anything, now it's fully unlockable. Obviously, they can sell in the market, but it would dump the price by a lot if they were to sell $100 million worth of tokens today. What they say is either dump casually, they cannot force this most of the time, sometimes they can, but most of the time not, or sell it back to us. Another fun fact, you know how many projects actually have OTC deals where if you're a big institution, this happened before, you can buy XRP from Ripple at a discount. Why? Because it's better for the ecosystem. But understand that that's all happening in the background, and these companies and these institutions are playing their role in it too, to balance prices out. You know what a market maker is? You probably know. If you don't, look it up for a second. Do you think prices just establish themselves? Do you think pairs, so you being able to buy or sell, just establish out of nowhere? We talked before about the automated market making, the AMMs. Is it good or bad? If you don't know, how can you truly then say, nah, this is good or bad? It's hard to say. You don't need to know for the most part, because why would you? I mean, for utility purposes of XRP itself, it can change a little bit on the DeFi part, right? DeFi is and you get yield. But for most normal day-to-day usage, it's not going to matter. And if you're not going to vote anyway, then just accept whatever they've decided. I don't know most decisions taken for the XP Ledger because I just don't care. I'm not going to be watching every single move they take. Oh, we added a new feature for a little bit more fee. I don't care. Fee is extremely low. It's extremely fast. Oh, you're going to change it by 2%. Don't matter to me. All right. It's still going to the exact same price point, if not a little bit better. And if it wasn't, then they probably wouldn't have done it. They're smart. they have the best interest in mind. It's probably the best thing for it. Then again, some people know exactly what this is about. You got to understand that these know exactly what it's about. This might be the one opportunity for them that makes them such crazy amount of money. That's why they're voting it in, because they know, right? They know there's one thing that most people don't. To where, again, I can say, because I'm watching this crypto space every single day, I know details of other aspects. This stuff, I would say I'm very mediocre in. But say other aspects, you just know from experience and from looking around. And that's an interesting thing. It's hard to judge what somebody else knows. It's hard to judge what the most important parts are in this whole your crypto space. Even in the just general investment thesis, it's hard to know which asset to put your money into at what time. You just go by theory over what is most logical, what's most probable, and you just go with what worked the last couple of times. Sometimes you're completely wrong this time around, it's the truth. But you only know after you tried. And this investment theory, I keep telling you guys every single day. And people sometimes write, hey, I let my kids listen to this one, and I always find that beautiful. Because I wish somebody would have shown me this earlier. If I got $1,000 right now, and I'm in a normal Western country, so to speak, then I'll make $1,000, by just working for a couple months, forever. I'd rather invest this 1,000 trying some different things to make it to 10,000, 100,000, whatever. Just going crazy, trying my best to invest in different things, than not trying at all. Because the $1,000 I make again, but the opportunity I might never get again. And my philosophy in most things is just minimize regret. Never have a day of your life where you're thinking, I should have done that, shouldn't have. I'd rather just try. And if it didn't work out, at least I tried. And if it does work out, you're happy. Sure. But just don't be that guy who said, I wish when I was this age I did that. No. If that's the way you're living life, I never think that's the best way to go about it. I don't have regrets out of anything I can think of. I just don't think that's a good way to think of things. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Maybe my head is a little bit too cooked. I'm saying some things that are really stupid, but hopefully it'll enlighten some people, because, not to stay cocky here, but I really believe that I'm helping people here with my words, because I know what I'm talking about. But it's your own decision to see if your investment decisions are better, because I'm just sharing mine and I'm trying to help people out. But that's about it.